y'all can hear me. Now that I think about it. Let's see. Where is my microphone? It wasn't even plugged in. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if you can hear me or not. Let's see. The one thing I did forget to get. Let's see. Let me make sure the microphone works. Yeah, no, it's way over there. Now you can hear me. Hi, how are y'all doing this evening? I am Fibromyalgia Eve with the baby's booty, and tonight I am in pain. And that's being real nice because that's not what I wanted to say. Tonight we have a bling-tastic project that we are going to do. I tried to keep it super simple so that we can get it done. And then I also have had a very full week. Very full. And it ended up even today being super full. Thank you, Faith. It ended up even today being super full because I know why people like to visit on a Sunday. People like to visit on a Sunday. So usually the time that I would take to get ready and figure out what I'm going to do and have my Zen moments, blast my rock music, get everything together for me to go live this evening is like completely thrown in the trash because I have everything else going on. So I had 7 grandbabies here today, up until I think it was about 6 o'clock, 6:30, 7-ish, something like that. And then my other daughter came through and she was here till about 8. And I was like, okay, I got to get ready. So it's been a busy day and it's been a super busy week. But a part of something happened this week that kind of, I expected it, but I didn't expect it. And so I kind of want to talk to you guys about that today and, be just completely upfront and let you in on a certain part of my business and what I do. And, kind of let you know what's some stuff that goes on behind the scenes that I didn't think about. You definitely couldn't have told me years ago that I'd be dealing with certain things. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And we're going to work on a super awesome project with a bling design from the Rhinestone mechanic. We're going to do a giveaway. So let's start this out by saying, if you are interested in participating in any giveaway here on this channel, just make sure that you are refreshed. You have your page refreshed, that you're down here on the phone. I know for a fact, and I think it's the same way when you're on a computer. The word live is right in here somewhere, and it should have a red circle beside it. If it has a white circle beside it, you're not live. You're not caught up with the rest of us. You're behind. And so we'll do the giveaway and you'll be typing the word long after everybody else done typed the word and the giveaway is over and folks done already won and you thinking you still in the running. So make sure that you're live with the rest of us. Okay. And then if you do win, the link is in the description that you would click and fill out the form to get your prize. And as long as I don't forget, or as long as something doesn't go wrong, it will ship out usually that same week. So at any rate, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. So like I said, tonight is Rhinestones and conversation. So that's what's tonight. Well, not conversation. This is going to be information. Rhinestones and information. So we're going to do a good bit of talking tonight. But the design, again, is going to be from Rhinestone Mechanic. The link to the Rhinestone Mechanic is in the description below. Now, every week, the Rhinestone Mechanic offers a set of designs, Rhinestone, very awesome Rhinestone designs, at a sale price, right? And then there's a $2 mystery box every week. So the $2 mystery box never changes. It's always $2 no matter when you purchase it. But the other designs, the price goes up after 24 hours. And it doesn't go up to where it's like, oh my God, I'm breaking the bank, but it does go up. So if you'd rather get it at a discount, get it in the next 24 hours. And one of the designs that he did this week, we are going to bling that tonight. And if I can manage it, we'll bling it twice, but I know we're going to get it done one time. Okay. So, the way we generally start out our show is I generally say hi to a lot of the folks that are here in the chat if I can. So I'm gonna squeeze in some folks. I definitely see Making with Marilyn. I definitely see Sheila Cushion. Hi, Sheila Cushionberry. And quite a few, but I'm going to start saying hi. Tracy Murray off gate got a new baby. Her Romeo arrived. So if you're not familiar, the Romeo is a 24-inch cutting machine, kind of like Cricut, but it's the Caesar version, and it's super big and it's super fast. We love the Romeo around here. We have one as well. So congratulations, Tracy, sorry, on your new Romeo. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very much for letting us know you got a new baby. And if you got a new baby, let me know. The mister will pop it up on the screen for me so that I can ring the bell and we can talk about it. Will I be able to see this go step by step later? Yes, you can. I always leave our lives up. Hey, Myrtle. I think that's the name. That's all I can't remember. That we always leave the step by steps up so you can definitely see it later. Because so there's a couple of ways you can layer. We're going to show both ways, but one way is kind of helps make it, I don't want to say foolproof because that's the wrong word because none of us are fools, but it makes it easier to do. But I'll show you and we'll go into it. Okay. Crafting with Shay Shay, she got the Shay Shay, no, you didn't, girl. Which one? You better not say to go big, because if you do, I'm gonna fight the air. Congratulations, Norma Bates. I'm glad you got it. Congratulations, Shay Shay, on your Holler. That's what you was talking about. Was my fault. It ain't my fault, fam. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Congratulations, my dear. Because I will say, time saver, absolutely love it. And I will be looking for more blanks, more dies to go with my machine. I am not gonna lie to you. It won't be a whole bunch of them because I don't quilt, but I am gonna get more dies. So because I already was like, ooh, I need one that's actually what I'm looking for is just set square sizes that would work for our and you know what, I meant to try it on the laser machine. That's what I meant to do this week and did not. Oh, sorry. That's what I meant to do this week and didn't get around to doing it. Because I want to cut some set square sizes and have them ready for when we get ready to do projects, and all I gotta do is pull them out and make stuff. Okay. So, but anyway. You have to start over and sort stones, and during heart design, we definitely going to get that going. No, you got to go, baby. Don't fight there. Okay. I don't have to fight. Oh, they do have a 5-inch one. Okay, thank you, EJ's daughter. Yeah, that's what I want to get set square sizes so that I can have the squares already cut. But at any rate, let me say hi to some folks. I've been talking to folks already. Norma, I'm glad you got your order. I'm glad you love the icy crystals. We are going to be working with some icy tonight. Oh man, I'm scrolling way back. Thank y'all for being in here tonight. I saw a new name, Melody Thomas. Welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. I did not see your name before. So Crafty, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us tonight with that beautiful baby. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We got Miss 143. Thank you so much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member and coming to hang out with us tonight. Donzel. Hey, Donzel. Welcome. Miss JB. Welcome. Hey, Miss JB. Thank you for coming to hang out and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. And I'm going to tell y'all now, I'm probably going to stumble over some words and say names wrong and say stuff wrong because when the fibromyalgia kicks in, it's just like, it's tough. All right. So as soon as I'm done with this show tonight, I'm going back there and I'm going to lay on heat. And I'm just going to chill out the rest of the night. Hey, Terry Hunt, welcome. D. Smith, welcome. Thank you for coming and hanging out and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member over here on our channel. Greg Barker, thank you so very much for being here and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And Greg, I'm hoping you can make it to Charlotte this fall. I'm really looking forward to seeing and making your acquaintance. Momo Girl 31, welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We have quite a few men that have been to the Bling Fest, so you won't be feeling left out or anything like that. We got Kelly Wyatt. Hey, Kelly, welcome. Thank you for being here. Cheryl Green, welcome. Thank you so much for being here always. Teresa, Sister Heart Crafts and Things, welcome. Thank you for being here and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Always love seeing you as well, especially Bling Fest, girl. We be having a good time. Gail Designs, welcome, and thank you so much for being here and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We also have Nikki A, welcome. We have Terry Hunt. I think I said hi, Terry, already. Porgy Town, hey, Porgy Town, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Daisy Bethay, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us this evening. We also have Shay Shay, Curtain on a Dime with Shay Shay, welcome, and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate you. Kingsbury Crafts, welcome. Martha Jordan, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out with us. Willie Roseman, thank you for coming to hang out with us. We have Smurf Creations, is also a YouTube Hoop Group member. Thank you so much for supporting our channel. We also have Sharon DeBerry, welcome. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member and letting us know that you're here. We appreciate you coming to hang out. Jean Harmon, thank you for coming to hang out and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We also have Miss Monique Johnson. Hey, honey, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Let's grab a couple of more folks. We got Mr. X. Hey, Mr. X, welcome. Faith Smiley, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out this evening. We also have Niwan Rencher. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate you so very much. And Josette Lovercheck and Marlene Kelsey. Both of you are YouTube Hoop Group members, and I am grateful. Thank you so very much for coming to hang out with us this evening. So again, tonight, I'm going to go ahead and scroll. I'm sorry. Hey, Dempsey Boo. Anniversary gang. Thank you for the anniversary. Yeah, holler. 12 months, girl. Holler. I appreciate it. I love y'all so much. Y'all keep me laughing even when I don't even be feeling like it. That's what's up. Lisa is a YouTube Hoop Group member. Dempsey Boo in the house. Melody Thomas, welcome. Ms. Parker, welcome. Stacy Collins, Tayu, welcome. And then Geneva Coleman, a member for 12 months. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so much for being here this evening and for being a member for a whole year. I appreciate you. And then we got Rosalind McQueen. Welcome and thank you for being a member for 33 months, y'all. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very, very much. I know, right? Greg Barker, a member for 21 months. Holler. Yes, honey. Yeah, thank you. Hey, Miss Martha. Terry Hunt, all these beautiful folks in here. Jesse Gibson. Hey, Dennis. Dennis is in the house so that we can work on his design tonight. We also have a lot of links in the description below. I do not have a link to one of the things that I did tonight. So tonight, one of Dennis's designs is a star. Whoa, 51 months. Thank you, EJ's daughter. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very much, EJ's daughter. That's what's up. 51 months, man. Seems like you be tired of me, but oh my gosh, Miss Leela Nelson, that is a beautiful article about you. I read it through and through and was like so impressed. I loved it. Thank you very much for sharing that and for being a member of our channel. And Miss Sharon Davenport, thank you so very much for being here. And you've always been a member and a supporter of our channel as well. Linda Gray, a member for 31 months. Holler. Yes, thank you, Miss Linda. We appreciate it. And then we got Miss JB, a member for 37 months. Holler, Miss JB. Yes, honey. Yes, thank you so very much. And then we also have Visionary Creations as a new member of our channel. Thank you so much. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. It was funny when Delonda was mimicking me. She was like, yes, honey. That was funny. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, so the star. Dennis did a star. Super beautiful. If you love Texas, you probably be like, oh, that's totally Texas because it reminds me of Texas. So we're going to do a project with that star. And what I did was a star shape. I cut out the star shape out of wood, and we're going to layer rhinestones on wood tonight. Okay. Make it with Marilyn, a member for 40 months. Holler! Yes, honey. Yeah, thank you, Marilyn. And I'm a member over on her channel too. So make sure you go be a member over on Marilyn's channel. It's well worth it. And Spilling the Diversity, a member for 21 months. She says she's looking for a Bling. Yes, honey. She said she looking forward to Bling Fest and she ready and red. I'm so excited. Y'all just don't understand. I've been preparing for Bling Fest since the last Bling Fest, okay? Chris Milcalavo, a member for 36 months. Holler. Yes, thank you. Holler. Even on that 4,000-inch TV. Craftable things. We've been at this a long time. Yes, we have. 39 months. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes, we love the bell over here. If you're a member here on the channel, you can request your bell. I should be processing those this week for those who have ordered bells or requested bells. If you are a new member and want a bell, there's a link in the community tab for members only. And if you click that link, fill out the form, we'll send you your own purple numbered bell. Okay. So yes, please be on the lookout for that if you would like to have one. So we are going to get started really quick. Okay, so I have to ask a question. Are you listening? Are you listening? Teresa, Sister Hardcasting thing has been for 37 months. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. She said she's looking forward to Bling Fest too. Are y'all ready for the red? I'm ready for the red. I'm going to be cute with my red. I'm so excited. I hope y'all ready for the red. Robin's Creations is a new member. Thank you. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes, thank you, Miss Robin. I appreciate it. I love watching you do your embroidery and your not. I'm saying embroidery. My brain is seeing you doing your rhinestones. I love to watch you do your rhinestones. Super pretty and so smooth and just so calm and very well just laid out, and you get it done, and it'd be so pretty. I said, look at her doing her thug thizzle. All right, you guys. So yeah, we love the bell. The bell is awesome. Celebrating with each other, having a good time. So I have a question. Quick question. Quick question. Quick question. Quick question. Quick question. Quick. So my question to you is, there are several of y'all in here who have a business. I'm already aware of that. So some of the information I'm going to give you might be new to you, but are you looking to start a business? That's what I want to know. If you are in here, you don't even have to be in here for this reason, but if you're in here with us and at some point in time you want to start your business, whether it be for embroidery, whether it be for sewing, whether it be for rhinestones, whether it be for other things that have nothing to do with crafting, I ain't no judging. Whatever the reason you want to start a business, please put it in the chat and let us know if you would like to start a business. Chris Smith said definitely not. Hey, Vivian Crosby. Hey, Addie. How are you? Sheila Cushberry says you thought about it, but health and dealing with people kind of get in the way. Y'all. Hey, Marianne, you're welcome. You have? Okay. She says yes. Karen Roberts said yes. Linda Gray, right? Laughing at Miss Chris Smith, right? Sharon DeBerry said yes. Kristen says, don't feel that's the direction for me. And that's okay. Please don't. I'm not asking that question to make anybody feel some type of way like, oh, God, all she cares about is business. No, that's not true. Miss Jazzy G says sometime in the future. Lady Bear says yes. Working on it. Karen Roberts, yes. Yes. Thinking about it, Renee. Deidre says yes. Rosetta, yes. Faith Smiley, yes. No to selling was Shay. Willa Allen, yes. Addie, yes. Linda want to jumpstart hers. Greg is up and running. I know. Greg is out here doing the thing. Okay. Stacy Collins says, not really just fun. Mylene says, I have a website. Haven't used it in about 2 years. That's okay. Vivian says a small one. Uniquely, yes, and take it beyond my thoughts. Okay. I need to do better about promoting myself. Teresa Sister Heart Crafts and things. Reba, I would like to get one going for post-retirement activity. That's been a big thing too, but that's not what we're going to be talking about tonight in a way. Miss Ethel Smith says no. Mr. X, I feel a need to restart mine. So yes, okay. Geneva says no. Stephanie says no, but always willing to. Stephanie Calloway, what? I thought you did the dresses. I thought that was your business. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Them beautiful dresses that you will be making and stuff. Bernie Allen, yes, I'm definitely considering starting my own business. Okay, okay. Too busy volunteering visionary creations. That's no worries. Volunteering is good. Volunteering is good. Valerie says yes at some point. Hey, AC Anita Creations. Geneva says no. EJ's order up and running. I do craft fairs. Hey, Linda Tallworth. Hey, Kevin. Kevin says yes. Gail says yes. Claudette says yes when I retire. Okay. Danny says, hey, Danny. Martha Jordan, no. Craft for fun and the occasional pop-up shop. But the occasional pop-up shop technically is business. Okay. So, yeah, in a way. Who's this? Momo Girl. I always thought about it. Okay. Cookie cook. Yes. Okay. All right. Greg is an inspiration, but I'm horrible about pictures and videos. I am too. And I'm sure a lot of folks would like to improve in that area. Shay Shay says there are a lot of yes. Yeah, there is a lot of yes. Have a website, need to work on marketing so that people know the variety of the things that I can make. Okay. Lady Bear says yes for retiring. Redoing my websites. I love learning what I should be doing and what not to do. Miss Naomi says, yeah. Oh, we really gonna be talking about that tonight. Yes, you do make dresses, but it's a small thing under the say, oh, okay. Up Designs, yes, I have a business. Diane says maybe, not sure at this time. Okay. Marlene, I do craft fairs. That's business technically. Angie says yes, but would like to be mostly digital products. No worries. That'll save you some things, and we'll get into that here in a moment. You just took some pictures today for the website. That's good. So, hey, Coretta. Thank you, Coretta, for being a member here on our channel. I appreciate it. So, let's talk really quick before we transfer over to the cutting table, because sometimes some conversations we have to be eyeball to eyeball, as my papa used to say. Linda Tolbert says would like to. Spilling the Diversity says yes, post-retirement passive income. Never, not in business, Miss Evelyn says. Miss Nene says she's chatting, watching while out eating dinner. Girl, I know I be doing that too. Me and the hubby be out, and I'm like, ooh, I gotta pay attention and can't. Hey, Bling and Beezy. I'm always making items that I give away to friends and family, but now that I have a nice collection of rhinestones, I'm not giving away my shirts for free. I understand. So let's go into something. I'm gonna give you guys an inside scoop on one part of my business endeavors that I just kind of sort of started getting into. So as many of you guys know, even if you don't know, I'm gonna let you know now. I have been to Dallas, to actually Irving, Texas. I went last year. It was in June, the end of June, and there was an event there that um is called the Applique Getaway. Naomi says sometimes I think offering too many things in the beginning threw me off, and it can. It can. Melody says no, but I find crafting calming. It's therapy, and I enjoy watching everyone, and that's okay as well. I'm not pressuring you to get into business. As a matter of fact, what I got to tell you might dissuade you from going into business a little bit, because Lord knows if I had of really paid attention to what I had going on, I might have would have thought a little bit twice about what I've got going on. Hey, Bridget Porter. So I went to Applique Getaway. Thank you, Sheila, for putting the link for the Applique Getaway. You know what? I don't have my link yet. That's crazy. Um, and it was a lot of fun. So Applique Getaway is kind of like a trade show. If you don't know what a trade show is, A trade show is a show where they have a big kind of like event, usually in a convention center type setting. And in the convention center, they'll have booths set up that involve a trade of some type that may interest a group of a certain type of people. For instance, today in Charlotte, North Carolina, they had the Bridal Expo. The Bridal Expo is a trade show. So all of the little lovely ladies, because I have two nieces that are in line to get married soon, within the next 24 months. So all the little lovely families that want to get married, they go to the Bridal Expo, and there they'll see all these vendors that have something to do with getting married, whether that be florists, whether that be bridal gowns, whether that's um bridesmaid dresses or little gifts that you would give to your bridesmaids and your groomsmen before giving that type stuff. So you'll see tables and tables and booths of that type of thing. Well, applique getaway is kind of like a both my wife and the wife's day job are at risk this year, so we're expanding our crafting soaping business. I understand. Lord knows I understand. Backup plan. Exactly, Teresa, Sister Heart Crafts and Things. Hey, Kai Smith. Welcome. Thank you for being a member of our channel. But the applique getaway is originally tailored to like embroidery, the embroidery crowd or our crowd, the crafting crowd that deals with embroidery, whether it be applique, um, some sewing is available, some sewing notions is there. We were there last year, Rhinestones. From what I understand, they may have had some rhinestone involvement a little bit before we joined. Just all kinds of stuff. Well, we were there last year, and that was my first time setting up at a booth type situation in that big of a trade show. So I've been to little teeny things like craft fairs, and that was before doing rhinestones though. What I was doing at those booth fairs was selling rhinestones, I should say, because what I was doing at those booths, I was either selling things that had rhinestones on them and was kind of doing some custom stuff, or I was doing embroidery and sublimation, that type of deal. So the thing with a trade show is when you go to join a trade show. Now I'm gonna scoot up a little bit because I need y'all to understand. This is some like detailed information, some so to speak. This particular event is always held in Texas. When you go to a trade show, you pay to be a vendor at a trade show. Most of y'all know that, right? So even if you go to like a flea market and you sell, you got to pay for the table. That's $10, $15, $20. If you go to a vendor event, you got to pay $30 for the table, whatever. You get your set space. Enduring Heart Design. So some trade shows like the God, it's not NBM anymore. Graphics Pro Expo. I know for a fact. I know for a fact that some of those 10 by 20 sections in Charlotte can go upwards $7,000-$8,000, right? I didn't pay that much for applique getaway. I will say it wasn't over. Well, it depends. It depends. Because when you go to join in trade shows, there are other ways. You pay for your booth, right? You pay for your booth, but you also have the opportunity to advertise additional. So, say for instance, the trade show, some trade shows like the NBM show used to NBM show, Graphics Pro Expo you would get like a little tote bag with some information, pamphlets, stuff like that, with some adverts on it, advertisements. You could be on the advertisement. You pay extra for that. You don't just get to be on there because you're there. You got to pay extra for that. I know at the Graphics Pro Expo, they had a step and repeat that you could stand in front of. You could pay extra to be on the step and repeat. So last year I paid extra to be on the step and repeat, to have McQuackins on the background. And my crazy tail never did check to see if I was on there or not, but it's okay. We had a good time. I'm sure it was there. I never checked. I didn't remember to check. But I paid for the table, which was pricey. And then you had the option to teach a class. And the Applique Getaway, you pay for tickets to each individual class. Well, you split the cost of the tickets to each individual class. So say, for instance, the tickets is $20. Well, the teacher gets a portion and the show itself gets a portion. And that's perfectly fine, because what this does is this allows the show to be able to pay for all the things, so like the space, they gotta pay for the internet, they gotta pay for the food, because they did offer to feed a one box lunch per table, per booth. They gotta pay for all of that. All right, so I'm scooching up some more because it's some more talking. Just give me a minute, I'm getting there. Rent carpet, trash cans, electricity, curtains, plus the table. That is absolutely correct, because they have to set up tables. You don't bring your own tables. I think we did, though. We brought our own tables, but they'll give you a table, but I brought my own. Visionary Creations, my community center, charges $12K for a quilt show in 2025. My quilt guild is looking for a new affordable venue in LA. Because they know that they know they're making money off of all these folks coming to that event. Okay. I knew about all of those prices. I knew about all of that, because they like Applique Getaway. They sent me a whole packet. And it's like, do you want to be here? We would love to have you as a vendor. This is how much everything costs. It's all laid out, nice, neat bundle. And I can pick and choose what parts I want to be involved in, what parts I don't. So I know how much I got to pay. One of the things that I did not realize, and this is something that if you are looking to get into business, and I can't reiterate this enough, there are a lot that you have that, let's back up half a sec. If you are trying to be in business legally, let me preface all of this by saying, if you're trying to be in business legally, okay, so this is the avenue I'm coming from, because I know there's a lot of people out here who are not trying to be in business legally because of what I'm getting ready to talk about. There are a lot of hidden things that you may not realize that you got to pay for to be in business. A lot of things, right? So I know that my brain is not the bestest on this planet when it comes to a lot of stuff, especially math. Okay. So when I first started my business, and I'm going around the bush for a hot second. When I started my business, I want to say 8-9 years ago now. I really wasn't making any money. So that's why I really didn't think too hard about it, because every little penny of everything that I was making off of the baby blankets, bibs, and burp cloths and stuff like that, I was putting right back into the business. And you can ask that one back there. I was even taking some of his money to keep doing things in the business and to keep crafting, because as you all know, our stuff isn't cheap. So even when I was using so-called inexpensive things, like I had the small 4x4 brother embroidery machine, although it's not super expensive, it still wasn't cheap. It was like $350 for that machine, if I'm remembering correctly. $3.59 or something like that. You got to buy your thread, you got to buy your stabilizer, you got to buy your needles. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not, and then you got to buy blanks, you got to buy the fabric of the stuff that you're going to embroider on. So there's a lot of hidden stuff that you might not immediately think of to go into doing whatever craft it is or whatever it is that you're trying to do in business. It doesn't even have to be crafting, right? So I was able to handle back then, for the most part, taxes and doing the paperwork and that kind of stuff, because I've been doing that for his business for years. So at one point in my life, when I had some tragic things going on and wound up with PTSD and some other stuff, I stopped with the paperwork. I was like, I can't handle it. I can't. And I literally cannot handle it. So fast forward to now, or a little while ago, a couple of years ago, I was like, you know what? Once we started with the Rhinestones, I knew that this was going in a direction that my little bit of not wanting to do paperwork and all that kind of stuff was about to get a lot worse. So I did find an accountant, someone to help me with my paperwork, and my tax person, right? So I have that. So when we signed up for Applique Getaway, though, the lady then last year, she was like, okay, well, you can come and you can sell as a vendor. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was about the paperwork. You can come and you can sell, but when you come and sell, you have to sign up for the Texas, what's the name of this thing? Texas Sales and Use Tax for Comptroller. Hold on. This thing on paperwork is right here. Okay, she was like, you got to sign up for the tax thingy in Texas. You can't sell unless you sign up for this in the state of Texas. You cannot do the Applique Getaway without it. Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts. That's what she was like. You got to sign this and you got to sign up for this paperwork. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll sign up for it. And basically what that does is, even though I do not live in the state of Texas, I'm traveling to the state of Texas for 3 days to actually sell merchandise in the state of Texas, right? So I'm like, okay, bet. I understand. I get it. Y'all need y'all's piece. No worries. So I signed the paperwork and signed up for them and got my little account or whatever. I told them that I was not going to be there until June. So I had signed up for it, I think like in March, April. Told them I wasn't going to be there till June. That was cool. They was like, okay, so your stuff will start in June. I was like, okay, bet. Enduring Heart Design, right? Nobody told me that. So I go to Applique Getaway, set up our table, set up our booth. We do okay. All right. The reason why I say we do okay is, well, actually, let me shut up. That has nothing to do with none of that. We do okay. I had to pay for my room. We had the classes, but that I don't, like I said, that's split and I don't get that right away, but that's neither here nor there. We have a good time. I prepare for it. I make all the kits for the class, blah, blah, blah. So I go to leave. I feel like I'm good. I'm good. I ain't got to worry about it. It was okay. It would have been nice to make a little bit more, but it was okay. I met a lot of really nice people and I had a whole heck of a lot of fun and saw some familiar faces as well that I absolutely love. So y'all, I come home after all of that and go back to my normal life because I have a accountant, like I said, and my tax person. So I expect them to handle whatever I need done because I know my mind and my brain, it ain't for me. That's not my calling. Paperwork is not my calling. So I started getting little notices in the mail from Texas, and I was like, hey, whatever. I know I was there. I'm not there anymore, but I know I was there. So I'll handle it. I'll get this to my peoples, and my peoples can handle it, and I ain't gonna worry about it. Yep. No, y'all, no, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. So you have to file quarterly. And come to find out, you have to file quarterly whether you make money there or not. Exactly. So I did not file quarterly, and I was getting notices in the mail, but I wasn't paying it any attention because it was not time for me to file my taxes yet. So I thought, right? And so I got this different kind of notification from one of my payment processors, and they was like, yo, Texas is hitting us up saying you got issues. And I'm like, who got issues? Not me. What is you talking about? I called Texas, and they was like, no. Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God. The nicest person working there answered the phone the other day. He was so kind and so nice. He sat there and took the time to walk me through each and every step of getting that paperwork filled out, me filing and paying penalties because I did not file quarterly like I was supposed to. Because like I told him, I didn't expect to have to deal with that. That's what I hired accountant for. What gives? And he was like, no, this is quarterly. You have to do this quarterly. So we got that squared away. So I'm squared away. I'm great. But because I plan to come back in July, I'm going to have to file quarterly, whether I'm there physically selling and making money or not. So saying all of this to say, I wanted to give you guys an understanding that if you're going to, and I already know, like, for instance, because I live in the state of North Carolina, I do business in the state of North Carolina, I charge North Carolina taxes because this is where the business is. And so if you're in North Carolina and you purchase from us, you're going to be charged North Carolina taxes. Ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't my money. So other states, now this is conversation between me and my tax person, accountant person, other states, I would have to make, and they have regulations on how much you have to make in order to qualify to have to pay for their taxes and all that other kind of stuff for me to charge sales tax for their states or whatever. Something along them lines. I don't know. Above my pay grade, I let them handle that. But this I did on my own. Texas thing, I signed up and did all that on my own. Probably where I made the first mistake. I should have went through them and told them, hey, look, they want me to fill out this paperwork. What do I need to do and what do I need to know? Didn't do that. But just keep in mind that in starting a business, if you're wanting to run the business legally, there's a lot that you kind of want to make sure that you're looking into, whether that be business name. You want to be sure that whatever business name it is that you decide you want to come up with, it does not infringe on any other trade name similar in the same business. Like for instance, there is no for instance. I can't think of nothing right now because my brain is muddled up. But you have to pay attention to where you live. You have to pay attention to how you pay your taxes, where you live for your business. You have to understand that in doing business in these states, there are certain requirements of stuff that they're going to be expecting you to maintain. When I started, I registered in every state and paid more to states than I made. That's absolutely correct, which is why he advised, he was like, look, you have to make this minimum to be absolutely required to sell. Pay tax in certain states. And I was like, okay, that works for me because that's less I got to be stressed out about. But and I'm definitely not nowhere near any of them totals, but just keep in mind, fam, that if you are looking to get into business, please talk to somebody. Please, for the love of whatever, talk to somebody first, because even with this new thing that came up within the last 2 years, where you taking money with Cash App and Zelle. I don't think Zelle qualifies, but I know Cash App does, Venmo does, and a couple of other payment processor things like that, where you are saying, hey, I'm just making this money. No, fam, they're watching, and you have to make sure that you're counting all of this business income that it is that you're making, because if you don't, it will catch up with you. And so, right, Kristen. So, there's a lot involved. Because like I mentioned, you got your business name. A lot of times people don't think about paying for little stuff like shipping, for instance. Shipping costs, whether that's your boxes, whether that's bags, envelopes that you want to put your stuff in, whether that's your labels that you got to print your stuff out on, the printer that you print out to use for your label, whether it's thermal, whether you use a label with the regular printer. Your logo, you got to make sure your logo is one that works for whatever you got going on, and that it doesn't infringe on anybody's nothing. There's a lot. But ultimately, all of that other stuff pales in comparison to Uncle Sam. All of that pales in comparison, because Uncle Sam is the one that had you in handcuffs going to the big house if you're not doing things properly. And so please be sure that you're paying attention to what may be required of you in your state. If you can't swing an accountant, which is it's an expense, check with your local Better Business Bureau, not Better Business Bureau, your local Chamber of Commerce, your local Small Business Administration office. It is a lot of rules. It is a lot of stuff. And if you are not paying attention to all of that, it'll sneak up on you. And when it does, and you sitting there like a deer in headlights, like I was, and I'm like, bruh, since when? I'm like, dude, you don't understand that this is not my calling. I don't do paperwork. And he was like, we're going to do this paperwork together, and I'm going to walk you through it. I'm like, dude, you don't know who you're talking to. You got to dumb this all the way down, because that's not where I'm at right now. He was very kind and walked me through it. So I was able to get it done. Hey, Martin. And yeah, Naomi, sometimes you do end up having to pay out for stuff more than what you make. And sometimes you operate in the red. Most businesses in the first 3 years, for sure, of operating, operate in the red. Most businesses, not all of them. Sometimes folk knock it out the park and they make pretty good dang money in the first 3 years. But if you don't, you do have to pay attention to all of that and make sure that you're filing appropriately. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because sometimes folks may not realize what all is involved when you go to trade shows, when you set up at trade shows, or what all is involved in traveling to another state to do business. Because see, I know the devil here, but the devil I don't know is the devil over there. And I learned about the devil with Texas. Texas was like, you play with us one time and it's a wrap. And I'm like, dude, okay, what do I need to do? Because I can't figure this. I need your help. But they were willing to help. Some states probably won't be willing to help. So you got to, definitely take all of that into consideration. So you're welcome, Miss Naomi, because it's just, I wish I try to get some type of equipment each year to help with taxes. Yeah, you can definitely use depreciation and stuff like that to help discount the taxes that you will owe, because the taxes are ridiculous, it feels, in a lot of instances. So yeah, and we wonder why. This is why you need to be paid for your services. Yeah, because, right, Miss Gail? Yeah, because this is the thing. If you are not charging enough, That was the other thing he told me, because he was like, I told him, Pathfinder Mom, as an accountant, I let clients know sales tax requirements depending on the state they are selling in. I always check with your bookkeeper or accountant so you don't have surprises. And that's the thing. I didn't check with them first. But I'm thankful to the good Lord that he directed me when he did years ago to get an accountant, because I would have really been screwed. And I would have been with Paw Patrol. You know, Paw Patrol would have had to come to the house and get me. And I'm not trying to go with the Paw Patrol, okay? And if you don't know what Paw Patrol is, look it up. But the other thing he told me, because I did not check with my accountant and I did not check with my bookkeeper, and I filled out that paperwork not paying it no kind of attention. I just filled it out because I needed this certificate to let me sell in the state of Texas. The state of Texas was 8.8 point. I'm a round up. It was 8 point something, close to 9% tax on everything that was sold. Well, guess what? I went and I sold, I'm gonna let you know, when I was there, I sold, I think it was like $2,400 worth of stuff. And honestly, with a trade show, that's a lot, but it's not a lot considering what I had to pay to be there. It's not a lot considering what I had to pay to be there. It wasn't enough considering what I had to pay to be there. But at any rate, the thing is, I sold stuff and did not charge tax. I did not charge the Texas tax while I was there. So because I did not know that and I did not pay attention to that, all of that 2,400, I had to pay the taxes that customers should have been paying when they made purchases. So I had to kick that out, not including the penalties that I had to pay because I did not file on time. So there's a lot of stuff that you kind of have to make sure that you are crossing your T's and dotting your I's and making sure that your business is running legally. Now, yeah, there's other ways to handle it and do stuff the wrong way. I try diligently not to do that. Zelda Brown, thank you so much for becoming a member on our channel. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. 10% in Louisiana. Oh my God. And so, yeah, I had to pay state tax and city tax on our phone bill. Yeah, it was 8.25%. All I know is 8.25%. Is that right? I got to think on that because it seemed like it was more than that. But I had to pay the tax that the customers didn't pay. So when I thought I made that money, technically I did. Yeah, you're right, 8.25%. And it's crazy because then I had to figure out what jurisdiction I was in, and I was in 2 jurisdictions and had to figure out the tax that I owed to each jurisdiction in addition to the state of Texas. It was like, you know what? I can't do this. I just that's team too much. But I did it, and I'm gonna have to do it, and I'm gonna have to keep going with all of that. Is it best to have a local account? Let me ask, what do you mean a local account? If you are in the state of, what state are you in? So if you're in Virginia, yes, you need to sign up with the state of Virginia sales and use tax and make sure that when you are selling stuff in the state of Virginia, you are charging Virginia taxes for all of your sales. Oh, the accountant. Is it best to have a local? Yeah, I think so. And the only reason why I think so is because you're welcome, Melody. I think so because if something goes wrong, you can lay eyes on who is doing your paperwork. They know you and you know them, and it becomes a personal relationship, kind of like your banker. Used to be, you remember back in the day? Oh, amen. Pathfinder mom. Make sure they communicate well, because I was getting ready to say that. You remember back in the day when you had a banker, a relationship banker, you walk in, even now they have KYC, know your customer, but some of these bigger banks are not knowing their customers like they should. They're learning their customers behind the scenes, behind the curtains, and not telling you that that's what they're doing. But when you used to have a personal relationship banker, you could walk in the bank and be like, "Oh, yo, hey, Miss Jackson, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing good. Miss Eve, how are you today? I'm good. I'm good. What you got going on lately? Oh, I've been at the Texas and I've been doing it." You see what I'm saying? That's how it used to be. Now you walk in the bank and I'll be like, "Next," and it's like, bro, you don't know your banker. So when you have somebody who is your accountant, now this is something else they didn't tell you. And oh my God, I had to learn this the hard way. And I'm still struggling with it because I'm when you have an accountant for your business, they have to know everything. Do you hear me? Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Listen, Linda, listen. Can you hear me? I hope y'all can hear me. What is this thing on? I'm sure this thing is on. They got to know everything, whether you want them to know it or not. Everything. So when you're asking, should it be a local accountant? It don't have to be, but these folks know everything. Like, she asked me for my logins to my bank accounts to make it easier. For the most part, she has them. There's a couple accounts she couldn't get into. That's fine. I send the statements every month, but they have to know everything. So you need somebody you can trust. You need somebody you can trust. And it helps to trust a person when you can see them eyeball to eyeball. Because if you go in the office and they looking all shifty and they ain't really wanting to deal with you, what gives? What's going on? Why are we shifty all of a sudden? What? Then you can start looking into your own stuff if you know how to do so. But they have to know everything about your business. Okay. So yeah, everything. Everything about the business accounts, that is correct. But some people, if you choose to have a business, so like for me, I have an LLC. So it also helps to separate personal from business. But there's a such thing as mixing personal with business if you're not careful, and you can pierce the corporate veil. That's a whole nother legal discussion that I'm not prepared or educated enough to really talk about. I just know you don't do it. That's like a huge no, right? So if you don't have an LLC, there could be some fine lines where they may need to know some personal stuff. And fortunately for me, my tax person does my business and my personal stuff. So technically they know everything, whether I want them to or not. But they split it up for me because I have LLC and I have personal. And I pray for them every day because I'm like, I hate that y'all even gonna deal with me in my scatterbrain. But anyway. But yes, you definitely have to trust these folks. You really do. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there because you kind of want to make it a little bit easier on yourself unless you have accounting knowledge, you know how to do that kind of stuff. Well, I'm happy for you, fam, because I don't. Okay. I know how to subtract money, but it's like how soon? As soon as possible. Honestly, like if you're just starting, I promise you, I promise you, it is so much easier to start with an accountant at the very beginning so that they can help you make sure that your books and everything is lined up perfectly exactly to make it easier on you, because I did not. So because I had been in business for such a extended period of time prior to getting an accountant, and for a little bit after, even after getting my LLC, I didn't have one. So then I got one. And they were like, we got to go back and dig in financials from back to catch up to where we are now. That was a cluster cuss, man. That was like, bro, what are you saying? Why do I, and you got to pay more because they're having to, not balance, reconcile. They're having to reconcile from way back. Whereas if you just start your bank account, your business bank account, then they can start your bank account with you. And the reconciliation, they don't have to go through a whole bunch of hoops and hot water and all that jazz. They can, but they can do it. Like if you done already been in business and you get one, it can be done. But it's going to be a little bit of a steeper upfront cost because they got to reconcile. They got to go back and they got to make sure that they know and understand everything from when you started your business to now, and help make sure all the paper trails are where they need to be. Some trade shows require proof of insurance or purchase their own on-site liability insurance. Also true. Now, I don't remember them saying anything about that to me at this particular trade show, but yeah, that definitely could happen. Also, you have to make sure you have all 4 filings done, like the application for sales tax and whatnot. That's true, Renee. If you are selling, then yes, first year startup, make sure you use section 179 deduction. See, and my thing is, I had already started up, so I don't know. It's crazy. Haven't been in business for several years. In transportation, I can totally identify with what you're saying. Yeah, the accountant want to make sure that you've been on it. Yeah, because they ain't trying to go to jail either for you. Because you best believe my accountant was like, okay, I need you to sign this form. And I'm like, what form? I'm not going to read this form. We are not liable for this, that, and the third if you are not telling the truth on this, that, and the third. And I'm like, why are you making me sign this? What did I do? Where did I mess up? Because I'm already on the defensive. Like, are you trying to avoid going to jail for me and gonna let me just go to jail? What gives? Because they have to make sure everything's on, is like she said, on the up and up. Self-employment taxes, even flea markets, check your information. She says, and if you can't afford an accountant, get a bookkeeper. A good one keeps up on basic tax information. That's very good information as well. So my accountant actually has a bookkeeper attached to him. And I pray for her too, because that's the one that I gotta talk to every month and stuff. And so this is just, if you are, and don't make the same mistake I made and think, oh, I'm just small. I'm not making a whole lot, so I don't have to go through all of that. No, technically you should. Technically you should. You should. Because all of it is important. Even first starting out, because you want to protect your interests, and you don't ever want the day for the IRS to come knocking and then you're like, okay, but I'm just a little person, because they're not going to care. They're going to be like, where's our money? So, hey, Rondria. My accountant took me from day one of a DBA to now an S Corp. Know my stuff just as well as I do. Knick-knack nurse, that's awesome sauce. That is awesome sauce. Because there's a lot that I didn't know and I didn't understand. Because all I knew is you go into business, you get a business license, and you just start doing business. You know what I'm saying? This, if you're not taught the steps, you don't know the steps. And you find out about steps, but you're like, oh, well, them steps don't apply to me because I'm not making the same money that they're making. No, steps still apply to you. A lot of steps still apply to all of us if you're trying to make money and turn this into a business. And I would much rather you guys not make some of the same expensive mistakes that I made, because I thought I could just do business and not be concerning myself with the paperwork part of it, and think that I could just be under the radar, not intentionally trying to defraud or be under the radar or anything like that, but thinking that certain things didn't apply to me because I'm not a big business. I'm a small business. So, whether you're leasing a location, which hopefully you don't have to do that because that's a whole nother liability and a whole nother obligation. Because I thank the Lord that I listened to my pawpaw. My pawpaw was a smart businessman. I love him so much. I miss him so much. But he taught us keep your overhead low. Overhead meaning, pay as less bills as you possibly can. Be obligated to as little people as you possibly can. And so by not renting a location, by just using what I have, which is my home, as my operations for my business, certain aspects of it I have to pay more, like UPS and freight shipping. I have to pay more because it's residential, it's not a business location, commercial location. But when our sales dropped last year to well over 70% of what they have been, all of a sudden that location that I was looking at 3 years ago, where it was only about $1,500 a month, I was like, I can afford that. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have been able to afford that. I would have been getting put out right now. I would have been not foreclosed because you ain't buying it, but yeah, no, they would have put me out. And that's not including the electricity over there. That's not including any insurance I may have had to have. And then that's because they sold that location, changed ownership, and the new owners went up. I don't even know what the rent is over there now, but it was a little bitty warehouse of a spot that I was like, oh, this is so cool. It was brand spanking new. They had just built it. They had sectioned it off to all these different little, you could have a little business, little teeny section, or you could have a bigger section. It was up. Yeah, no, I'm so glad I didn't do that. I listened to my husband on that. I listened to my husband on not doing that location, but in listening to my husband, listening also to my grandfather who said, keep your overhead as low as you possibly can. Just because you can set up in a location doesn't mean you should. So pray on all of that kind of stuff before you take those kind of steps. If you can afford to do so, by all means. But just keep in mind, the day is going to come where business is nowhere near what it was. And then what is your strategy? What is your exit plan then? How are you going to pivot? How are you going to pivot? Do you have a means to keep up with your customers and say, hey, I'm moving? It's all of that. Pathfinder Mom, that is absolutely correct. If they provide, you pay based on the services they provide. That is true. If they provide monthly services, you pay them once a month. If they're doing occasionally, you pay them when they provide the service. That is correct. However, for me, I have found that I'm every month. There's something going on every month that I have to deal with them on. And that's even with my monthly statements, bank statements. Instead of making her wait 3-4 months, she does them every month. Which is fine with me. It saves me money, actually, in a way. So that's why they do that. Kevin says they don't care if you're new or not. They will fine tooth comb you. What my professor called it. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Oh, I see why you asked that, because Gail asked, do you pay the accountant monthly or just when they file? Yeah, mine I pay monthly. Mine I pay monthly because they do for me monthly. And it's just easier. I'd much rather pay this little monthly than a bigger quarterly or annual price. So, hey, Karen D. So at any rate, I just wanted to go into that. Always keep separate. Yes, Jesus. Woo, Jesus. Pathfinder Mom, can we put asterisks and stars and hearts over this and heart? No, I don't have I nothing. Keep a separate bank account for a business. And don't do personal stuff. Don't do personal stuff. I had to learn it the hard way, y'all. When I tell you I was used to doing what I wanted to do wasn't right. keep a separate bank account for your business. Now, I'm not talking about a PayPal account either. I'm talking about a legit going down to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Wachovia, whoever these folks is. It ain't no Wachovia no more. So I'm just throwing names out there. Get a real legitimate bank account. I'm not saying PayPal is a fake account, but get an actual bank account because it has made a big difference. PayPal ain't it. You're welcome, Greg. PayPal ain't it. It's just not. I retired a few months ago. Haven't sold anything. Creating some inventory. Working on website, Instagram software. Won't be up and running for a few months. That's no worries, Kai. And definitely be careful with having a bunch of inventory. Again, overhead. Inventory is overhead. So I've found a good deal of I want to say success, but that's the wrong word. But I found a lot of comfort in knowing that when a customer comes, like for instance, we want 20 rhinestone shirts. Okay, that's good, but I don't have to go and check, do I have 20 rhinestone, 20, blank shirts? I get what you asking for. And that keeps me from having inventory on hand and having to keep up with inventory because I have to keep up with inventory by doing the rhinestones. I have to keep up with inventory because of the hotfix.store side. Y'all, inventory is a fool. And I'm just going to leave that right there where that's at. Inventory is a fool, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate inventory. Because when it's time to do inventory, be like, stupid inventory. Yeah, no, inventory is a fool. Monthly is usually a better rate because it's consistent income. Yes, monthly does help me out a lot because they have to do less. Stipping, I'm paying a supervisor. Supervisor better be glad he has a cubicle. I'm giving him a cubicle that is part of his stipend. Hugs and kisses, no cubicle, and his business phone, and his business tablet that he does his training on. He has those. It's easy to overlook things. I keep a notebook in my purse because things happen and I may have to withdraw money or transfer it to another account so that's where I was having the issue between pulling out money because one of the kids may need something or somebody I know needs to borrow some money or something, or Amazon was a huge thing for me to remember to separate my business purchases from my personal purchases and making sure I'm paying for the business purchases with the business account and the personal stuff with the personal account. Going to Walmart, buying business stuff from Walmart with the business account, personal stuff with the personal account. Y'all, it's crazy. You have to keep up with that kind of stuff. And it's just like, no, he did not say raise for the supervisor. We're taking that comment down. No co-mingling. Yeah, no, that's co-mingling. I'm tired and don't have a business, just listen to seize potentials. That's why I'm having this conversation, because when he sat down and was talking to me about this mess, I was like, bro, are you serious right now? I'm going to have to do what? And he was like, yeah, we need to know everything. What? And then talking to this tax person in Texas, and I was like, bro, are you kidding me? I'm having to pay an extra $150 because I I didn't know I had to file this every quarter because I didn't pay it attention like that. That's not my calling. Well, no, it's got to be my calling, whether I want it to be or not. It's got to be. I don't have a choice, fam. Like, I can't hand that off to the accountant now. I have to take care of that. So I have to remember to go on and file every 3 months, even if I'm there in Texas making money or not. Yeah, lots of fun. Yes, they do allow you to have a separate business account. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Still learning to keep them separate. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. I even had different banks, but still wrote a check from the business to the household account. I was a mess. I'm just saying. I made good money when I gotta go back and clean up accounts. Yes, Pathfinder Mom, they did make decent money off of me doing that because I'm not good. Good night, Rosalind. You have a good night, my love. I have 2 banks for my business. One is virtual and one is local. Coming. Yes, I do as well. The virtual one definitely helps. Definitely helps. Hey, Miss Joyce, how are you? Welcome. Yes, cubicle. No worries, creative art by LT. Receive your icy stones. Yas. I do inventory in April. I hire interns to help with that. Sean, if I could afford somebody to help me with that, I would. Supervisor, he's not reliable enough for me to put that on his plate. He tends to delegate that type stuff to me to inventory. So QuickBooks is a godsend. Put it right on your phone. My brain don't work with QuickBooks. It just doesn't. It just don't, y'all. I'm not. It's horrible. I think the supervisor lost all rights to a raise when he literally trashed. He did trash his phone. Yeah, he trashed it. Texas is no joke. Yeah, Sean, I'm learning. All right, y'all. So that was my discussion that I wanted to have with you guys. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to swap over because we got 35 minutes, roughly, something like that. And I want to show you the pressing on the wood. I'm trying to find where to change my camera, so I apologize. So, oh Lord, y'all looking at my thing. My son got me. I didn't know my camera had. Oh God. Oh, the pain is ridiculous. I swear. I didn't know my camera got kicked over. Okay, so this is the star that I cut out. So what I did was I took the design. You're welcome, our love Landers and Kevin Moore. You're welcome. QuickBooks helped me track my mileage, picking up and dropping off. I need that for my packages, taking and dropping off packages. Kristen, right, Kristen. We closed our LLC because we didn't know what to do with it, and we'll charge a lot of. Yes, ma'am. You will get penalties if you're not careful and don't know all the crap to do, and that's why I'm saying, y'all, I did not know the crap I had to do. But this, what I did was I took. So Dennis has a rhinestone design, and I'm going to show it to you here. And it's of a star, absolutely gorgeous star. Actually, it reminds me of a Texas star. And so what I did was I took his design and I did an offset and made the star so that we can press the design, the rhinestones right here on this wood. Okay. So I'm going to turn my heat press on. I cut this out with my P2 laser that I absolutely love. And so we're going to set that right there. Oh, thank you, Karen D. I just don't want y'all to make the same mistakes I made. Because when I tell you that thing hurt my feelings real bad when my payment processor sent me a message and was like, Texas is telling us that you owe them money. And I'm like, what? No, they did not go behind and help us back. See, we got to figure this out. But they didn't technically go behind my back. They did what I told them they could do. And that's collect money for me for taxes. So, but at any rate, here is, we're going to talk about layering, right? So here is one layer of Dennis's design of his star. Okay, there's a square, and I'm going to actually not put this, or should I? No, I'm not going to put this on a mat just yet. Okay. Yes, I am going to use Hotfix rhinestones on this wood. You can press Hotfix rhinestones onto wood. Now, I don't know about painted wood, but this is just plain naked birch wood. Diane, he did like his name puzzle, but I could only see him through the window because, like I said, they've been sick all week and I cannot catch nothing right now. That's just not gonna work for me because I've been sick enough this last month. You love your bling. Your bling dealer. Thank you so much, Karen. Where is my bell that's over here? I have one over here. Where is it? You know what? Forget it. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Karen D. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Oh, that's right. Will you put that up, honey? Marilyn's comment, she puts them on chalk painted wood. Other paint tends to bubble a bit. Yeah, me and Marilyn was definitely pressing stones to wood. The star design is red, white, and blue, but you can change the stone colors to sports teams, seasonal, state colors, and more. So I've also been struggling with this one may not work right. I hope it does. No, it didn't. Or did it? Oh, it did. Okay. A little bit. You see it shifted on me. My graph tech has been acting slap up. Okay. And I think it's the wheels. Yeah, because see, some of these did not cut properly. I think the grippy wheels, see, this one did not cut right. So I had to cut it separate. And technically I need to cut this one again, but I don't have time for that tonight. But my grippy wheels need to be adjusted or something because it keeps throwing my stuff off, and I just y'all, I'm gonna tell you, this week has been a fool. This week has been a fool. All right, so this one I did not do a box around it, but I'm gonna show you this one. I'm not gonna bling this one tonight. I was going to, but I talked too much about the taxes and stuff and some of the business stuff, so I'm not gonna show you. I'm not gonna bling this, but I'm gonna show it to you. So this is another thing that Dennis has tonight, and I was going to show you a way to use it, but I'm not gonna have time. So this is like a pattern that he made. And you can use this pattern on just about anything. And I was going to show you how to, cuss. Ugh, yes, I did just do that. I was going to show you how to use this pattern to section it off. And that way you can put it like on a keychain or on a smaller item and whatnot. But I'm not ready for that tonight. So we're going to have to do something different. We'll have to do that another time. Let me peel this off of here, hopefully. Yay. Okay. All right. And then the other part to the star is, okay, appreciate you, heat press. Let me know you're ready. I'm going to pre-press this only because it kind of feels a little moist to me. It's not required. I'm just going to set that under the heat press, actually. I hope this didn't, and it looked like it did. It looked like it threw off. I might need to cut that again. God. That's annoying. GrabTech just acted slap up. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to cut that again because this cut pretty good. So, okay. So, in order to do a layered design, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. There are 4 pieces to this layered design. Let me go ahead and cut this out again. It won't take it long. Okay, order, it is 10:25. So, let's close this out. Let's open this up and let's undo that. And that is, which one is that one? That one is the one with, of course it is, the one with all the little points on it. So let's delete this one. Let's delete these 2. Let's pull this down and then we will tell it to, actually we can't tell it to print. Hold on. Okay. Let's fix that and then we can tell it to print. Cut. All right. So let's do that. All right. So generally when you do a layered design, one of the things I want to point out fairly quickly is you'll notice that, especially like with Dennis's design, all of these come with a square. And the square is all the same size. So when he sends out a rhinestone design and it's layered and it says, check your design and see if all of the squares are the same size, then Okay, our love Landis. So much unused flock. That's what we're going to talk about, Kristen. So you see how this one, all of this space is not used, right? And then this one, all of this space is not used. On this one, this is the majority of the space is used, and that's fine. And then on this one that we're recutting because it shifted, this is space, that's a little bit of space that's unused. But the key point that I need you to notice is that all of these squares are the same size, and there's a reason for that. So when one of the methods, see what I'm saying? That's okay, it's done already. When my graph tech do right, it does right. Do you hear what I'm saying right now? I just needed to do's right all the time, not just when it wants to. Cuss. Let me get this thing cut off of here. She is done. He is done. Graphy is done. Let's pull this forward. Boom. And cut this off. Oh. I got so much stuff in front of my graph tech. It's ridiculous. And I can't reach it. So I'm having a stretch. Okay. So here's the other one. The other layer. And let's do this. And take this off. Much better. Okay, and you'll see it's the same size square. The reason for this being all the same size is layering. Okay, so the whole point in doing this is for layering purposes. You don't have to do this, because me personally, if I were doing this on my own, I would cut this down to this section so that I'm not wasting flock. I would cut this one down so that I wouldn't be wasting, but this is for what we call the hinge method. And I'm going to show you how that works. For those that don't know, a method of layering that could be helpful to you if you have issues layering. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the biggest layer. Okay. That's what I like to start with, is the largest layer. So first things first, actually, let me make sure I'm going to reuse this piece of tape. Okay. So here's a piece that's lightly used. So I'm going to reuse this. So I needed to know that off gate. All right. So let me cool this off right here. Okay. All right. So I was going to use our Miracle Mix, and it has crystal. I want to say that's candy apple, but I think that's light cyan and sapphire in it. We sell in our hotfixfix.store, we sell mixes. So if you're ever interested, if I had time, I would use a mix with this design, but I don't have time. So I'm going to start with just the regular colors to help you guys see what we're doing. Okay. So here's the star. And like I said, the star is going to go on that wood. So I'm going to lay the star right here on my desktop. And this color that he chose on his design is slush, is what's on the template. So let's grab some slush to do the outline. And here's my purple brush, and we're going to brush this in. Let me get this going. All right. Okay, order is 10:31, I think I saw. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to use the edge of the brush to kind of move some of these stones around. For those that are popping out of their holes, I'm just going to kind of come back and put some in. When you brush in your template, you want to use more stones on there than what you need, because the extra stones help turn the wrong side up stones over. Okay. So that's why, you know, you don't have to be exact. So be generous Not too generous, like you gotta clean up a whole buttload of stones, but you know, you want to be generous to put your stones on here. And then rub them generally in a circular motion to get the majority of the stones in there. Now, sometimes if you see that stones are popping out or whatever, sometimes it could be because of static electricity. So I tend to keep a dryer sheet over here to rub my brush on. If that's not the case, like you rub the dryer sheet and your stuff is still popping out, sometimes stones can get stuck in the pad of the brush. For that, I generally recommend, you know, changing out your brush pad. We do sell refills on that. If you have our brush, if not, then you may want to get another brush pad from wherever you got your brush from and get that swapped out. Sometimes that'll help. But those are a couple of tips really quick. So this is Slush. Slush is a gray color rhinestone. So it's going to give this star some definition. So let's get this put in there, this put in there, this put in there. Now for our for our rhinestones, we recommend that you press at 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 seconds, depending upon what you're pressing. A regular basic t-shirt, about 12 seconds is good enough. If you are pressing on something thicker, such as a sweatshirt or denim jacket, you might want to press that one for about 30 seconds. And we definitely recommend that you pre-press any item that you are putting these rhinestones on. So say for instance, you are doing a basic t-shirt, pre-press your t-shirt first. What that does is that helps get some of the moisture out of the fibers of that shirt and helps your rhinestone glue last longer. Okay, because water and glue are not friends. Water and moisture and glue are not friends. They're not good friends at all. So you want to be sure to give your rhinestones, and that applies to HTV as well. HTV, DTF, it applies to all of that. You want to give your stuff a fighting chance. So don't put moisture on your stuff, okay? Under your stuff. All right, so let's get our bling scoop. So I'm going to put this under my cutting mat and just brush the stones right off the surface of the cutting mat onto the bling scoop. And then I'm going to tilt it back and put the extra stones into the tray, back into the candy. I'm sorry, the ice chip. Okay. So here is our star. You can barely see it because this is purple and that slush gray kind of blends in, especially from this distance. Let me zoom you in just a little itty bitty bit. All right, and nudge you over a itty bitty bit. Okay, and so what we're going to do now is the hinge method. So the hinge method is why you want your design to be the same size, your bounding box. That's what this square is called, the bounding box. You want it to be the same size because the way Dennis has this set up is when you go to press this, when you go to pick up this version, if the bounding box is where it needs to be and you lay your stuff where it's supposed to be, then it will pick up in the exact same location. Now, what I didn't do, now that I'm standing here looking at this, I did not double check. Of course I didn't. I did not double check what layer goes where. So I'm gonna have to check that here in a moment. But what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna lay this tape and I'm gonna tape it to the side of the table. Do you see where I'm rubbing my finger up and down? Another new color. No, this is that we've had slush for few months now. But you see where I'm rubbing my thumb up and down the side? It's on the table, not on the flop. So now what I'm going to do, normally I tell you do a taco and go straight down. With the hinge, I just kind of like swipe across is the way I tend to do it. All right. And so now my stones are here. And let me look at this. Let me look. 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 All right, you guys, let me double check this. Boop. Let's do this. Let's do this, and this. Okay. All right, I can see it now. Boom. Okay. So here is my first layer. This is slush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm now going to take this tape and I'm going to pull it up like a hinge of a door. You know how you can open the door? We're going to open the door to this design. If I can get it off my table. All right, and I'm just going to pick it up. And what I'm going to do is in picking it up, I'm not going to go past where I taped it to the table. Boop. See, remember, I rubbed it real good along that strip. So as to not go, take it off, go right here on the edge of the table. I want that to stay. So I'm going to leave this laying right here. And to help myself, I'm going to put this back over the top of that so that that stays protected. And here's the star that I just did, right? Here's the star. I'm not going to move this. Now, some people may say, go ahead and move it. If you want to, you can. But if you do that, if you peel this off and put the next one down, you want to make sure that you line the next one up exactly how you line this one up. But here's another way to do it. So here is the next one that I had printed. And with this one, I'm looking to make sure this is the right thing. All I'm going to do is lay this square right over the top of this template. And I'm going to make sure that the edges line up exactly the same. See how I did that? So you can't even see the other part to this template. And look, you can't even, well, let me see if you can see it. You can barely see where these holes are because behind these holes is just flock. The other holes to the outline, you can't see it because the outline, this is layered. So you're not going to see that other outline. This is going to cover it up. So now we want to bling this version. So this version, I don't remember what color this one was, Dennis. What color was this one? Was this silver? Let me look and see. Because I don't even know. I'm just going off of memory. I just know it's silver, red. I know that was slush. And, oh, here it is. Let's see. What time is it? 10:39. I'm doing good. You're doing a good job. Girl, you doing a good job. Just you doing a good job. That is silver. Okay, so we're going to use icy crystal. Icy crystal. Is this icy crystal? Yes. Oh, no, that's SS6, so that ain't going to work. And let's see, where's my azure? Y'all, I'm forever losing rhinestones. I don't understand. Colors that I know for a fact I be having up here on this thing. And where they at? Don't know. I think this is it. No, that's just regular crystal. Where's my icy? I need to be icy. I don't think this is icy either. Oh, okay. Hold on, y'all. Where's my icy? Where's my icy? Ooh, that would have been pretty too. Where's my icy? You know what? I might have used it up. Then I don't see him thinking about it because they're I do use it myself. Am I gonna have to go get icy? That's annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get icy. So give me a sec. Let me grab some icy, and I need to make sure I have icy candy apple too. Oh, you know what? No, that's Royals. What's this? Y'all, when I tell you this whole table is a hot fool mess. Okay, so I want azure. So I'm going to use azure as well. What are you? That's SS6, so that ain't going to work. What color are you? kind of want crimson. Yeah, that's crimson. I want crimson as well. So I got that. I just need the icy crystal. What are you? You are icy crystal. Holler. Okay, so I didn't have to go nowhere. All right, so here's icy crystal glistening its whole heart out. And so we're going to pour this on here. Now keep in mind, the slush is right here next door. So don't be too, team too much brushing in, super hard so that it flings and touches your tape. You kind of want to make sure that you, off to the side somewhere and keep it away from your tape. But you want to brush this in. Brushy, 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 brushy. No rushy, just brushy. And get that right on into that template. And then we're going to brush this right off. Okay. Boop. There we go. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. Okay. Bloop, just like that. So we're going to check for extras. We don't want any extra stones. Okay. And when you go to brush over the top, if you got, sweaty fingers, sweaty hands, you may not be able to brush over the top like that. My hands stay dry, fam. I need my own personal contract with the lotion company. That's just how dry my skin is. But the sugar, I'm sure, has a lot to do with that. Okay, so now we're going to pour this off into the thingamabobby. And I have lost the chat. So give me 1 sec. Let me bring that back up. But here is our crystal. I need to see if you can see so that I can see what you see. Do you see what I see? All right. So let's take this off. Okay. Now going back to the benefit of the hinge method and the square being just the same. Yeah, it's a waste of flock, but the flock is on top of the flock and it allowed me to match it perfectly because the squares are the exact same size. So because they're the exact same size and because Dennis made sure that when he designed this in this square that everything was going to line up the way it is supposed to, it should layer the same once I flip this over. Now, the only issue that you may encounter with doing this method is sometimes, too many layers and it'll get kind of thick and this might be off just a smidge. But usually once I come over like this, it's going to line up the way it's supposed to. Did you see how that lined up? Did you notice that? What is up with this stupid string? Okay, did you see that? See how it's in place, where it lives, where it's supposed to live. I didn't have to try and line it up or, no mess like that. And like Jesse said, yes, I can take a layer off. That's definite. I definitely can. That's actually really smart. I usually just keep layering because, make life harder for yourself. That's, what I tend to do. All right, so there's the star. So what we're going to do, flip this right back over. Oop, we got a baby that didn't want to come. Come on, baby. You got to go with the rest of them. All right, and again, we want to leave this off to the side. I'm going to protect it with this. All right, and here's the one, and we're going to do what Jesse said. We're going to take this layer off because I don't want to throw it off by having too many layers. Now again, 1, 2, 2, 3 layers generally I don't have any issues, but this is 4 layers, so I want to make sure I'm good. Okay, so the next layer we're gonna do is this one, and this one goes this way. All right, and this color I want to say is red. What color do we want the most of, blue or red? Crimson or this color, because we only got one other color to do. What color y'all want the most of? Azure, or which is the blue, or crimson, which is the red. Blue, Kristen says, the sugar does dry up your skin because I have a lotion in my hand. Yeah, girl, I told you. If Gold Bond or somebody like that would reach out, I'd be like, bro, you found the right one. Because when I tell you, I stay dry. I don't drink enough water, the whole 9. Okay. So as you see, there's those two. You can kind of see it a little bit right there because it's layered perfectly. Blue, 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 blue. So we want the most blue. So we're going to do this in red. Blue. Hilarious. So we're going to make this red, crimson. So we're going to save the other part that has more points on it for the blue. Okay. So I ain't going to lie. I would have picked red. So I'll let y'all pick. Okay. Whoop, there's a crystal in there. Come here, buddy. You're not supposed to be in here. All right. And so there's the crimson. Oh, there's another one. I think these were stuck to the brush or something. They came from somewhere. All right. So let's move these 3 over. Let's grab this crimson. I'm going to scoop this off. Get what time does that say? 48. Okay, good. I think we're good. All right. And so we're going to now pick this up. All right. And because it's layered right over the top of the other one, I shouldn't have any issues. Boom, just like that. And look how perfect that is. Absolutely perfect. This is the hinge method. So if you want to press one layer at a time, you don't want to do this color, then take it off the press, then do this color, then take it off the press, then do this color, and take it, then this is a method that will work for you. If that's your personality where you just don't want to be doing a whole bunch of pressing, you just want to do one and done, here you go. You're welcome. Do the hinge method. Okay. So let's take this one. We're going to cover this up to make sure nothing happens with that. I'm going to take this layer off. Again, you don't necessarily have to do this. You just definitely need to pay attention to where your what's-a-face is. All right, what did we not do? We did not do this one. And this one goes like this. This is his little star feet. So the little star feet, we're going to line this up because, like I said, these are all the exact same squares. And let's line this up. And now we want to smooth it out. And I'm paying attention to my corners on all 4 corners to make sure everybody lays down like they're supposed to. We don't want nobody going the wrong way. And that may be the case. Like Karen said, she'd rather do all the presses compared to using all that flop. Now, I totally get that. And whoops, there was a bunch of stones in there. I totally get that. I understand that. No judgment. Okay. It's whatever works the best for you. I'm definitely showing you that this could be the method for somebody that don't like to do all that pressing and they don't mind, having some extra flop, just to be sure that they can layer without a bunch of stress. Okay. So normally I layer. I don't layer like this. Normally I'll press the layer, then press a layer, then press a layer. But I do know how to do the hinge method if I need to. Okay. So this is totally up to you how you want to get this accomplished. That booger came out again. Go back in there. And you go over here since they didn't want to be in that spot. All right, and I got stones in my brush. Let's knock those out. Probably should get me some dryer sheet. All right, let's pick this up. All right, and then let's put this in, and I'm going to clean up these other stones that was stuck in the brush. All right. There's that one. Here's the crystal. There's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then the red, crimson. We're going to slide this on off into the sunset. And so now what we can do is pick up our last layer. All right. And because this is laid on top, now we can come down and this goes where it's supposed to live. And now we have a complete star. All stones are lined in their homes where they're supposed to be. And now we can press this. So let's grab our star that I warped by pre-pressing. I shouldn't have pre-pressed it, but I did because it warped it. But it's no worries because we can press it again. Boom, just like that. And now let's lay this here so that you can see behind it. There's our star. Look at how pretty. Okay. So we are going to press this to this side since it's already flexed that way. And as you see, I did the star to match the design. One thing I did change with this is there was one rhinestone up there. Matter of fact, the rhinestone is still there. And I made this cut a hole in the wood instead of using this rhinestone. So I'm going to take this rhinestone off so that we'll have that hole up there to hang this as a star or put this as a star somewhere. Okay. So I should not have put this on here like this. So I'm going to put this on the heat press like this. That way I know it's there. Sharon Davenport, thank you so very much for the super chat. Let me grab the bell. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very, very much for the super chat and the support of our channel. So I'm going to lay this on the wood over here because I don't have a way to make sure it stays stuck over there. So we're going to do this over here. And I'm getting ready to press. And I'm going to press this for 12 seconds. I'm not going to do 15. I'm only going to do 12. All right. So let's see right here. Okay. So let's bring this over. Let me grab this so that I don't have too much heat on my table. All right. And here is the star. It's kind of hot. And let's make sure everybody touches. Everybody's supposed to touch the wood. Now I might have to do 15 seconds instead of 12, but we get ready to see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do 15 because these boogers right here did not press long enough. So hold on. So don't be happy and rip stuff off until you double check. It warped it when I did it at a little longer than 15. So we're gonna go back and press it one more time. The 15. I'll set this where I can set that thing on there. Okay. Whew. And then we'll be done. And I was gonna do a giveaway of this, so we can do a giveaway. Where can you purchase? Oh, the star or the design? The design is in the description. God dang it, that's hot. Hold on. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. This design is in the description. The star, I just did an offset in silhouette. I made the star a compound path, and then I just did a offset to make the star. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, how cute can we be? Let's see. Let's see. Look at that. Look at how cute our star is. It's absolutely gorgeous. Do you see how gorgeous it is? It's absolutely phenomenal. Where are your heated gloves? I love Londons, I do not know. Because I live facing danger. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, nice, Naomi Dickerson. Have a good night. So it turned out super cute. I'm missing one stone right there now that I'm looking at it. I don't know. Let me see if it's still on the tape. Yep, it's on the tape. Let me look at this glue. It pressed the glue. I didn't know why I would want to stay stuck. Somebody press it again without the transfer tape. Come on, flip over. But for right now, wood, anything that you're pressing that's not a shirt, you kind of got to do trial and error on learning the time and temp. So with this wood, it's 3mm basswood, basswood, BASS wood. God damn it. Try your time and temp. So if you see how I've kind of peeled up just to see if it was going to be stuck and it wasn't, and I just went on, laid it back in place and pressed it again for another 15 seconds. So sometimes you do have to kind of trial and error stuff. But one thing's for certain, I have, where is it? Oh no. I have a wooden arrow around here somewhere. They used to hang right here on this rack. I don't know what I've done with it. But it's an arrow shape that I got from Dollar Tree, and it has a heart on it that me and Marilyn did, and it stayed stuck to it. It's around here somewhere. That heart is still on there. So you see, I'm rubbing, and these stones are not coming off. And let the glue cool a little bit. Yes, that's why you saw me rubbing with the shirt. That allowed to pull some of the heat away from those stones. To change the color of the wood, consider stain instead of paint, or like Marilyn said, the chalk paint. Okay, because one thing's for certain that you may not know. I'm gonna press that one stone. I'm gonna press it again so that one stone can stay stuck. Darker colors reflect the stones way better than light colors, because the dark absorbs all surrounding light and lets the rhinestones really shine and do their thing. We're fine. ATV marking. How are you? Marketing. Let's slide this thing right off so I don't burn. So there we go. If you would like to have this, let me know. Well, not let me know. I'm gonna let you roll on this, and then I'll send it to you. But here is the star, and we used slush as the outline. Slush is the outline, crimson for the red, azure for the blue, and then icy crystal for the other details of the star. And all we had to do was the hinge method. Seeds, potentials, trying to find where to go for the retail shop. That's hotfixfix.store, and that is linked in the description below. Yes, you can press to wood, not necessarily painted wood. This is raw wood. So you can stain the wood and be able to do this. But regular paint, it will probably not stick to it. But Marilyn was able to get it to stick to chalkboard paint. So this star template, the rhinestone template, is at rhinestonemechanic.com. So take a few moments to make sure that you are up to speed with us, that your word live says live in the lower right hand corner, lower left corner rather. Make sure that it has the red dot beside it so that you can, ooh, look at it right here, y'all. That's pretty. That's super pretty. Absolutely pretty. So this is what we will be rolling on. I cut this out with the laser machine tonight, my P2 CO2 laser. I cut this out, and then got the wood so that we can press the stones on. Just that simple. All right, so let me get giveaway thing set up. It's right here. And then we're going to do this one. And this is the word that we are going to use. Let me move this over here so that I can share the screen. And the setting, nope, not setting, share screen. This is the word. It is open to the U.S. residents only, please. And what I'm going to ask you to do, if your name is picked, just simply click the link in the description, fill it out, and say that you won the star, and we will get this sent out to you. If you don't want this, please don't put layer, okay? If you don't want it, because I need you to fill this form out tonight. Mail runs tomorrow, so fill it out tonight so that we can get this out this week. You have 48 hours to fill out that form. So I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and fill it out so that we can already have your information and I can get this thing right on out because it's done. I don't have to do anything to it because every time I have to go back and edit something on something, it throws me off and it's hard for me to get it in the mail because of my memory. My memory is trash. So it sucks, but thank y'all so much for coming to hang out with me tonight. Again, there was a good bit of business information that I wanted to impart to you from personal experience. Okay. Would I change going into business now looking back? Not at all. But I would definitely have done things a whole lot differently, starting with a separate bank account from a personal account. I would have made sure that I had an accountant or a bookkeeper or somebody that would help me navigate the murky tax waters. And I would definitely have educated myself on all of the things that would have been required to legitimately run a business successfully. So it is super important to pay all of that some attention before getting into business. And I saw we have a new member. Our new member is Nicole Holbrook. Holler. Thank you, Nicole. We appreciate you becoming a member. Holler. So let's go ahead and roll so that I can take my butt to bed and get on some heat. And meanwhile, again, thank you for coming to hang out. I enjoyed showing you the layering method. If you're interested, just come back, watch the replay. I'll try and have some bookmarks in here. Deborah Browning. Holler. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you, Deborah. That's awesome sauce. She helped me out with the quilt thing. So that's super exciting. So definitely go ahead and shoot me. Click the link in the description and put your information so that I can send this right on out to you. Meanwhile, I hope you guys have a great night. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, if you have any other business tips that you wish you had have known prior to going into business, please drop them in the comments below, especially if you're watching the replay. Or alternatively, you can also post your business recommendations in our Facebook group. We would love to have it because there's a lot of folks who do want to go in business for themselves and they would like to have any and all help that they can get to make sure that things are done properly and to save themselves some stress and frustration. So again, thank you guys for coming to hang out with us tonight. And we look forward to seeing you. The buy-in, the next phase of the buy-in has started. So if you're interested, all of the ICs are now listed in the buy-in. So if you're interested in getting ICs, they are all now in the buy-in. Alternatively, if you're ready to get your order now instead of having to wait 21 to 30 days, then you can purchase them in the hotfixfix.store. Otherwise, you can go to the buy-in at thebabiesbooty.store. Okay. And then aside from that, the tickets are on sale for the Bling Fest that's coming up in October 10, 25, 25. That is the date of the Bling Fest. And the tickets are on the babiesbooty.store. And then you click on events, and that's where you can purchase your tickets. So Thank y'all so much. We appreciate you hanging out. And don't forget the star design is at Rhinestone Mechanic, and that's in the description below as well. So you guys have a great night. And until the next time we see you, we hope you have happy blinging. Y'all have a good night. Bye.